Hudson Valley VegFest. I'm here with Sandy Nasanowitz, and she is one of the co-founders of Hudson Valley VegFest. Sandy, thank you so much for putting this together. We really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for coming. We're just having a blast.
So this is your first year, second year?
First year, inaugural 2-day event in the Hudson Valley.
Well, it is incredible. What did you do to, how hard was this to put together, and how long had you been working on it?
Rebecca and I have been working on this for almost 2 years, and we wanted to build it big. We wanted to build it right. We wanted to take our time and organize and get a diverse group of vendors so that people could come and see the abundance of the vegan lifestyle, that there's no sacrifice, it's all joy, it's all abundance. So we've been doing this for almost 2 years.
And how long have you been vegan?
I've been vegan almost 7 years, 6 or 7 years.
And how did you come up with the idea? Like, what spurred you to want to put something like this on?
Well, I've been a vegan lifestyle coach now for many years, and then I write a column called Living and Being Vegan, and I wanted to do something educationally bigger to reach more people. You can only reach so many people on one-on-one counseling or coaching. I reached a lot of people through my magazine articles, but I thought no one has ever done this in the Hudson Valley. I want to reach more people. I want to make vegans.
We want to make vegans too. I love that. This is an incredible turnout for your first year. What did you do in terms of outreach to get people to show up?
We were really lucky. We had a lot of press. We had a lot of people interested in it because it was the first time. We had magazine articles. We have great sponsors. The Poughkeepsie Journal gave us great ads. Thrive Magazine is our sponsor as well. So we got some great press and ads in there. We had rack cards, we had posters, we had radio ads from WDST. We just really spread the word, lots of social media. And I think that people, wanted something like this here. So they took notice and everyone shared it, and here we are.
Well, thank you so much for putting this on. This is an incredible event. It looks amazing. There's so much positive energy here. And so thank you. We just very much appreciate it. And thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for coming. What you do is so important. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. You too.
Make vegans.
Make vegans. And now we're here at the Zero Waste Station.
Hi, I'm Sarah Womer. I'm the owner of Zero to Go. I'm here at Hudson Valley VegFest, and we're making the Zero Waste event.
My name is Sonia Sandoval, and I'm the owner of Food Scraps 360.
So how did you guys get into your line of work? Because recycling is a big deal, but to actually do it as a job is kind of you're taking another step.
For me, I saw there was a big problem. I'm from the area, I'm from Hyde Park, and I saw that people aren't doing enough with the recycling because they don't understand what's recyclable, and hard to recycle materials like electronics and chemicals and such it's hard to find out what to do with those, and I wanted to help educate the public first and foremost. So I've been doing this since 2011. We've been handling zero waste events since 2013, and we also pick up food scraps by bicycle in Beacon only. That all resulted from the desire to want to educate the public and get them on board with doing the right thing, because I find that people want to do the right thing, but it's not easy to find out how.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody, I agree that everybody really wants to do right and their hearts are in the right place, but taking that extra step to find out how to do the right thing is a challenge. So it's great that you're here to kind of do it for them. And tell us a little bit about your company.
Definitely. So what I saw, I studied environmental science when I was in college, and I wanted to get a a very clear, very easy answer for everyone to participate in the environmental movement. Sometimes we have that little bit of stigma that only some people can participate if you have enough money, but what we do is show you that every single day you can do something to help the environment, and that's why I chose composting, because we all have a problem with wasting food and not making sure that, you know, we either use all our resources or at least use them efficiently. And so I chose composting because it's one of the easiest ways to really get involved and like personally be responsible for yourself on our planet.
Well, thank you guys so much for what you do. This is incredible. Thank you for putting yourselves out there to educate people, because, you know, I know for one, I need help as well. So thank you again, and thanks for talking with us. I'm here with Rebecca Moore. She is the founder of the Institute for Animal Happiness and also one of the organizers, or co-founders actually, of VegFest. But let's talk about the Institute for Animal Happiness. When did this get started and why?
Well, the Institute has been an 8-year journey because I moved from New York City up here to the Hudson Valley basically to start working at other farm animal rescues, and I worked at some of the prominent ones in the area. And I found myself bringing home the special needs chickens that were not doing so well, that needed extra special care. My first one was this little guy, Nelly, who is a rooster that had 2 deformed feet. So I basically found a niche that there was a need for people who could give them extra care. The sanctuaries are often very big, dealing with lots and lots of big rescues. So I started bringing them home, and then the years went by and I brought home more, and I had a room in my little cottage that was just all chickens. Basically, it was a one-room cottage and they got one room. And then with my partner and I, we finally moved to a place with a nice backyard. So we completed our first coop, and we've been rescuing, getting chickens from the Caparot slaughter in the city. We have a couple rescued Caparot chickens who would have been slaughtered in the streets. We have some chickens from a chick hatching project at a school in New Jersey that went wrong, and the chickens came out with deformed legs, so there are a lot of disabled birds. We have ones that were found on a median in the Cross Bronx Expressway just in traffic. So basically they come from all over, and we're growing pretty rapidly now that we have a big coop. It's a lot of work, but I hope to expand to all animals. That's why we have more on our logo, because I'm trained in all farm animal care, rehabilitation, housing, but we're starting small. And it's very exciting to debut. We were conversely building this over 2 years, and this happened, and it's my first chance to table and introduce people to some of our rescues and advocate for the most abused animals on earth. I mean, chickens, arguably the numbers the ones that are harmed it's astronomical. I mean, it's 9 billion a year. 250 million rooster chicks alone are ground up alive just in days of being born. So the festival's a joyous place, but a lot of people here are doing difficult work, you know. But that's the nice thing about a Veg Fest, as you know, from covering them. But anyone watching, if you haven't been to one, you get to absorb some difficult information, but in an environment that is actually very, very supportive and showing you the positive side of what can happen if we all make changes. Our goal is to start supporting artists who use their art to educate about the animals. And that came about just because artists like Suko, my mom got me my first Suko when I was like 17 years old, you know, as a gift. And I realized how important they were in a unique way to get difficult ideas across, but through mediums that are very positive and engaging, or at least they capture your heart in a very instantaneous way. They sort of remove the narrator, and you just get so much information packed into a song or an image. So I recorded a song called Animal Anthem just while I was cleaning barns, working at all these sanctuaries over 8 years. I didn't realize that I was writing a song called Animal Anthem in my head. And I recorded it with my friend Kevin Bartlett, who has a little recording studio that's quite beautiful in Woodstock. And we put it up on the internet, and I was able to raise money just, you know, at $1 a download for sanctuaries that I was supporting at the time. And now it's supporting ours. And the nice thing about it is that one song bought me chicken feed for a year. And while that seems, you know, a small amount, it's very empowering. I thought, wow, you know, like if I'm putting this art out in the world, the art educates, but then maybe, you know, just maybe it'll raise a little bit of funds, and it did. And then the song is on, it's free on the SoundCloud. You can listen to it for free, but it's on our website, instituteforanimalhappiness.com. If anybody watching this wants, you can hear it for free on my site too. But if you download it, you know, that $1 helps us buy chicken feed. And that to us is very meaningful. So I hope we had other artists that were supposed to be here with us today, but they couldn't make it. But if you go to our website, we're also creating a vegan artist database. So you can click on all the different artists, and they're all vegan, and they use their art, you know, for good, I think, for noble causes. And we're very intersectional. We're anti-racist, anti-homophobic. We make all those connections for people. So some of the artists represent that as well, because we really don't see, at the end of a day, a difference. If I may say, I think that it's very privileged to care about one cause, in a sense. You know, I started out as an animal rights activist, but then as I became more aware of social justice issues that were still, you know, needing energy, like to see the racism still around in the world today, I couldn't differentiate that one issue was more important than the others. I just saw suffering. I saw humans, animals being oppressed. And I realized that by choosing just the animals, I felt it was an example of my privilege. Like, I'm not being thrown in jail for no reason. So I can afford to just go, I'm going to fight this one cause. I think animal rights is absolutely important, and it's its own cause. But the more we make all these connections, the better it is for the world. The better communicators we are, the more inviting we are as a movement. We should be sharing the movement with everyone who wants to be included. It doesn't belong to one group or person. So that is the goal, and VegFest is hoping to do that as well with the speakers and everything that have been included. So.
Is this your first Veg Fest, or have you been to other Veg Fests?
We went to one in Newburgh a few weeks ago, and that was my first.
So are you vegan?
I am. I've been totally vegan for 2 years now. However, as a child, maybe about 4 years of my childhood, it wasn't vegan then. It was called strict vegetarian at the time in the community. I'm from Manhattan, Harlem in particular. And as a child, we were vegans, and what I always remembered was during that period of my childhood, when we were vegans, we never got sick, never got a sniffle. I went to public school with regular children eating any other kind of way, but we never got a sniffle or anything.
So how did you were vegan and then you went back on being?
When I became a teenager, I was able to do whatever I wanted and ate however I wanted. And I still stayed away from pork, and as a young man in my early 20s, I eliminated red meat and shell foods, just from my research on that. And then maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I started trying to research how I'm gonna be a lot healthier, and maybe a year after that, me just trying different things, I saw this documentary, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. And it just woke me up and reminded me of my childhood and what I already knew. And it combined a lot of the scholars that I had been following and health practitioners for some time that have been advocating for plant-based diets. It's a man by the name of Dr. Lalila Africa. I started following him at a young age, like in my 20s, when I started like trying to eliminate things. And What the Health just brought all of that back to, not What the Health, excuse me, that's what everyone's saying now. Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. I still haven't even seen What the Health. But So when I saw Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, I started fasting. And I saw the difference, I felt the difference, and about a year later, 2 years later, I went completely vegan.
So how did you find out about this Veg Fest?
My wife found out about it online, and she said definitely, you know.
And are you excited to be here?
I am very excited to be here. I'm very excited to taste different great vegan foods, you know, plant-based foods.
So you're from Harlem originally, but do you live locally now?
Yes, my house is in Scotchtown, Orange County.
And do you notice that the movement is kind of growing up here?
Oh, here? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I went to the Vegan Fest in Newburgh, I was amazed at how many people up here were following plant-based diets. And then this was the next thing, so here we are.
I'm here with another attendee. Your name is?
Phil Kazolius.
And we are wearing the same shirt, twinsies. How did you find out about the Hudson Valley VegFest?
I try to look up all the vegan fests in the area or vegan activities or anything going on.
Okay, so you're local to the area.
Yes. I live right in Poughkeepsie, Hyde Park.
And you were at the Animal Rights March, I assume?
Yes, we were.
And how long have you been vegan?
Almost 2 years now.
And you've got your whole family here. They're all vegan as well?
They're on board. They're coming close. They're very supportive.
And that's, that's what you need. And then slowly they change as well. So was there anyone here that you were particularly interested in seeing?
I was very happy to see that ALF was here. I didn't expect to see them. That was very awesome. I was very excited for that.
Same, actually. We got to talk to them, and I just think they're the most badass people on the planet, so.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I idolize them guys and girls.
Thank you so much for attending. Thank you for speaking with us, and enjoy the rest of your time here.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a great day.
I'm here with Nicole Arcello of HorseRacingWrongs.com. Nicole, how did this website and outreach get started?
We started in 2013. Our founder, Patrick Battuello, started looking into the horse racing industry and realized that there's daily carnage happening on American tracks. And what he uncovered was about 2,000 racehorses die on American tracks every year, and thousands of more go to slaughter. So we're working now. We just became a nonprofit organization. We're all volunteer to support protests at tracks around the country and our educational campaigns.
So what is this book actually that you're promoting?
This book is one of our contributors to our site, Joanne Normile. She was in the horse racing industry as an owner, and she had racehorses, and she turned against the industry, and this is her story.
And what do you say to someone who says that it's a $1 billion industry that'll never go away?
We tell them that people will change their minds because people know that horses and animals in general should not be exploited, and the public shift as it was Ringling and SeaWorld will happen with horse racing as well.
Well, thank you so much for all your work and for putting this together. We really appreciate you, and thanks for talking with us. I'm here with Yusi of Veg Voyages. Yusi, can you please just tell us everything you just told us over again, exactly what this is and what you do for people who want to travel who are vegan?
So we organize a vegan trip to India, Thailand, Malaysia, Laos, Bali, and Sumatra. We focus on culture immersion and local interaction, and we provide lots and lots of different vegan cuisine of that specific area. So basically on all the trip, because we focus on the culture immersion and local interaction, and we also believe like food is part of the cuisine, food is part of the history, and lots of the time when you're a vegan traveler, that's one of the things that you miss out on when you're traveling, and so that's what we want to incorporate in all our trips. So you're not just having sightseeing and getting to know the people, the culture, but you also getting that part of the history, which is the food. On all our trip, we said it's a vegan trip, but it's not just vegan in terms of food, but it's also vegan in terms of the way we conduct our business, because we believe when you say you're vegan, it's not. It is about having a vegan food, but it's also a lifestyle. You know, you want to be able to live a compassionate lifestyle, and we want to apply that on all our trips. So we try to be as eco-friendly as possible, and on all our trip we include at least 1 or 2 activities that whether you volunteer at a local school or a local animal sanctuary, to bring you closer to the country, and also to be able to share with you that we have activism over here. We're raising like awareness about the animal. There are lots of people on the local level in this country that are doing the same, and it's really nice to be able to get to know them that way. And then on our trip, we include pretty much everything: accommodation, transport, sightseeing, so you don't have to worry about anything, activities, cooking classes, yoga classes for India, something like that, and then also language lesson. Because again, it is a cultural immersion, local interaction, and language. It's always nice to bring you a little closer to the country by practicing a few words in a day and something like that.
Well, I think that I'm going to take you up on that, and we're probably I'm going to be reaching out to you very soon to be able to take one of these trips. It sounds amazing. I'm here with Kathy Puffer, and she is with Hudson Valley Vertical Farms. Kathy, can you just explain to us all that you do and everything that you're promoting here today?
Thank you so much for having us. I am a co-founder of our nonprofit, Solar Cities, which is based here in the United States, and what we offer and promote is food to fuel solutions for everyone using anaerobic biodigestion. You think of your stomach and what your stomach does. It digests food. So our food waste can have a second life all to its own by putting it into a biodigester, which then turns it back into useful plant fertilizer, which we can use to grow with vertical aeroponics, and biogas, which we can also use for cooking our food, lighting a light, or running a generator.
We're having all these issues with nuclear power plants and gas, stoves and trying to mitigate that risk. So all of this is really incredible. How does this thing work exactly?
Okay, so what this is basically a little model of our baby dragon, so we like to call it. Because a dragon is a mythological creature, and people, can come up with their own ideas of like how to work with these creatures. So think of it as this being the mouth of your dragon, right? So you take your food waste, you pound it or grind it, it goes into the mouth of the dragon, and it's going to go into her belly. And we keep our baby dragons nice and warm. They prefer to live around 70 degrees Fahrenheit. And as that food digests, it's going to produce gas. So just imagine if you had eaten a meal with beans, you are going to pass the gas. And that's exactly what happens. Unlike regular composting, where the decomposition still happens, we are capturing and storing that methane because it is a completely tight, closed system. So we're able to capture that methane, harness it, and what we'd like to share with people is that it's not something harmful that we need to just consistently be aware about and worried about with the environment, but that this is a super valuable resource, and we want to capture this resource so we can use it to power our lives and to power our stoves. And when you think of closed loop recycling, we are taking the food waste, we are capturing and storing it and using it to create plant food and the gas to, be cooking the food. There is no tighter closed loop of recycling, and it's all from the single power of a plant. It all comes from the plants.
As does life. Thank you so much for talking with us. Thank you for everything that you do. We're here at the Noma Cookie booth, and I'm here with
Winter.
Anastasia Raw.
Jake.
Literally thought she was going to say summer.
I know.
So, what are you guys about? How did you get started and when?
Sure. So we are actually none of us are the owners, but we work with Noma Cookie Company for about a year and a half. They're a wonderful company out of Pipersville, Pennsylvania, in Bucks County. All vegan, wonderful products. A non-GMO company with 7 wonderful vegan flavors. We have featuring for today the Loca for Cocoa, the Vanilla Bean Dream, the Sugar Cinnamon, and then our classic chipper, which is like a chocolate chip cookie.
So when did the owners get started with Nomu?
Sure. So it's about 3 years ago. So we have David, Karim, and Gretchen. Wonderful, wonderful people. I got to say, I've been in the industry for a while. We both have, and they are just phenomenal people. I love being able to support their company with demo and representation.
Best people you've ever met. They're so great. They make a gourmet cookie. There's no preservatives. Belgian dark chocolate. They're like buttery soft, melt in your mouth. They're so delicious, and they're great people. And they're not expensive, actually. These cookies are $1.50 each at the show. Normally, they're like, I mean, vegan cookies can get pretty expensive, understandably so, but these are just great because they're affordable and they're truly gourmet. And when they ship, it's same-day bake and same-day ship. So.
Ooh. And so you order them online, or you can get them in stores?
Yep, so you can get them in stores across Connecticut. We actually have opened up a lot of their Connecticut market, so we are doing a lot of demos in there right now. You can get them in stores in Pennsylvania as well, a little bit scattered around New York and Massachusetts. But we are growing, and actually today, at the event, we're giving away a $5 coupon. So if you use this coupon, you get $5 off online. So it's a way that people can kind of get in touch with the brand and check it out online, because we do a lot of online.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for representing vegan cookies. And we wish you luck and have a great day.
Absolutely. When you're going to indulge, you got to indulge well, and that's what Noma Cookie Company is here to do.
Thank you guys.
Sure.